were often in bikinis and others who were completely naked.
Bryan Kohberger faced 13 formal complaints at Washington State, including about these offensive comments. Bryan Kohberger was just days into his first semester of the doctoral program in criminology at Washington State University when administrators received their first formal complaint about his behavior.
Information on what Bryan kept stored in his phone 2022.
There would be 12 more over the next 3 months, bringing the total to 13, according to newly unsealed documents and interviews with members of the WSU community obtained by People. The documents also contain multiple interviews with some of the women who made these complaints, including a divorced woman who claimed the murderer told her he didn't date broken women, and a deaf classmate who was asked by Kohberger if she would be comfortable procreating given the fact she had a disability.
With a ski mask.
Although Kohberger didn't reside in Pullman at the time of
were often in bikinis and others who were completely naked.
One classmate told the Idaho State Police that by September, Kohberger already had a reputation of being a D. The 2022 fall term at WSU started on August 18, and one staff member told Det. Gary Tollison of the Idaho State Police that a complaint had already been lodged against Kohberger before the end of that month.
What Bryan kept stored in his phone 2022 when the killings occurred at an off-campus use.
Kohberger soon became a weekly topic of discussion during different disciplinary meetings, said the staff member, who also told Det. Tollison that the discussions would often pertain to Kohberger's interactions with fellow postgraduate students, in and out of the classroom, along with his behavior around some of the criminal justice professors.
His steps in the area, filed a supplemental report.
5 foot 10 inches tall, dressed in black with a...
At first, the staff member thought Kohberger might just be socially awkward, but over time she realized the issue was how he spoke to staff and students and his alleged stating of outspoken discriminatory comments which were homophobic, ableist, xenophobic and misogynistic in nature, according to her interview. She then added, he would also stare at people and stand uncomfortably close or lean over women, making them very uncomfortable.
Information on what Bryan kept stored in his phone 2022 when the killings occurred at an...
When she invited Kohberger into her office to discuss the complaints, he said his comments had been misunderstood, according to the interview. One undergraduate who worked in the criminology department told the ISP that Kohberger would constantly come to her office and force her to speak with him, or physically corner her as she left work. Kohberger eventually asked her on a date, but she told him that she had a girlfriend.
5 foot 10 inches tall, dressed in black with a ski mask.
Although Kohberger didn't reside in Pullman at the time of...
She said this didn't deter Kohberger, however, and soon, she would get rides home from her boss so she wouldn't have to walk or take the bus alone. This caused at least one person in her life to express concern about how many precautions she perceived were being taken because of Kohberger. The undergraduate student, who was just 19 at the time, also recounted an incident in which her neighbor saw someone very close outside her window.
Kept stored in his phone 2022 when the killings occurred at an off-campus use.
According to the
Soon after this, she learned that Kohberger lived nearby, according to her interview. A female student in Kohberger's doctoral program told the ISP he was a misogynist who made her feel deeply uncomfortable. Documents show that people complained he often spoke down to women and arrived late to classes taught by female professors. So much so that one group of classmates kept a board tracking each incident, according to interviews.
Kohberger didn't reside in Pullman at the time of...
were often in bikinis and others who were completely naked.
That same student described Kohberger as a narcissist who never displayed empathy toward another person and wanted to be seen as the strongest, smartest, most important person in the room. That's all we can say. More or less understandable. Hopefully you support our channel by liking, comments, sharing and subscribing, so that we are enthusiastic in creating information content about your favorite artists. We thank you for your support.
Pullman Police Department in
2023 sentencing, what he did shattered me in places.
And although the police records didn't identify the assailants